how you help those for-profit businesses to stay in the black.
Sure. So there's a lot of strategies, but I'm gonna focus on the three most common one everyone has to pay attention to. First thing, if you do not measure what you have, you cannot improve it. So first thing, measuring. And with measuring, I mean like you need to have bookkeeping and not just like Excel sheets or even just like connecting the bank account to QuickBook or whatever software you're using. No, but I mean like professional bookkeeping. Really with the GAAP, which is the general accounting principle, and making sure your business is doing what it's supposed to be doing, having profit, cash flowing. So you need to measure, and measuring is a compliance work. So a lot of people mistakenly saying, like we cannot afford bookkeeping yet. Well, we cannot afford not to have bookkeeping because simply if you do not measure what you have, you cannot improve it. If you do not measure it well with bookkeeping, you cannot take the deduction you are entitled to take. Therefore, you will be paying so much in taxes. So this is the first strategy. Second strategy is actually make sure your pricing is accurate. A lot of people have that mistaking. A lot of people like, okay, I'm gonna buy this with $50, I'm gonna sell it with 60, I'm gonna have $10 of profit. No, you're losing money because most of the time you're spending your time, you are maybe sending shipping, maybe you're adding something to that. A lot you are forgetting the overhead cost. You're using like some programs, some softwares, leveraging other people help. So you are missing all of that. So you're pricing to fail, pricing to actually not having profit. So this is a very, very common strategy because we think people are not going to afford it. If we think it's expensive, then the people will think it's expensive. Now, if you cannot price to profit, then what? Don't be in that business. Maybe that's not a good business, not a good business for you because no one enter a business to lose. So that's very common strategy. So we help people in pricing, making sure they have really the good price that where they can be accessible to their ideal clients, but also profitable. And with pricing, with the packaging, their products or services to make sure like you have cash flowing. So maybe like you have entry price and then after that like it will be like monthly, so it makes it easier for your client but also have all that cash flowing on your end as a business owner. So the third one I want to mention is leveraging debt, because profit does not mean cash flow and cash flow does not mean profit. So you still have to leverage debt as a business owner, especially if you want to grow, if you want to save in taxes, you want to leverage debt. This is very important. A lot of us, like we were taught, okay, you don't have a credit card, but in business, it's so much different. You want to leverage that. You want to have a credit card or a line of credit before you need it, because business, a lot of things happen in business and you want to have some type of risk management, and that can be done. Not all, but one of the risk management strategies is really leveraging debt, where you have like credit card before you need it, line of credit before you need it, because when you need it, no one's going to accept you. And you might have to be forced to actually close your business, which you don't want to see. A lot of business fail in the first 5 days, 5 years, 5 years because of the cash flow problem. And having that in place available to you, that's going to help you avoid closing down your business.
So one of the key takeaways, I mean, you mentioned so many amazing things, but one of the key takeaways that I think a lot of people are going to remember is that profit does not equal cash
So,
flow, and cash flow does not equal profit. And that's one big common mistake that I have seen a lot through my years of being an entrepreneur, is something that most people don't really understand. They figure that if there's a profit, we're good, we're having a great quarter or a great half a year or a great year, but it's definitely not necessarily the case, because they're completely two different things and they need to be managed the right way. And that's the reason why you're here, Nora.